Mesa officers knocked this man unconscious at a quinceañera. They're accused of lying in their reports to charge him with resisting arrest. Those charges were eventually dropped, and that man is now suing. With this body camera footage as the main evidence in his lawsuit, ABC 15 chief investigator Dave Biscobing exclusively obtained this video. But before Dave shows you even more, we do want to warn you, some of it is hard to watch. It's violent. It also shows officers threatening children. Now here's Dave with his exclusive report.
We got body camera footage from 3 officers involved in this arrest. And in this story, we'll switch between those cameras. That's for 2 reasons. 1, to give you the clearest angle. And 2, not all of the officers were recording at the same time. On October 2nd, 2022, a handful of Mesa officers walked into this event hall. You can see adults, teens, and young children, all there for a quinceañera. The officers head straight to this man. His name is Daniel Barraza.
What's up, man? What's going on? I don't know. Apparently there's a fight or something. Want to have a seat? We'll talk about it?
No, I don't need a fight. I don't need a seat. What do you need?
Hey, explain what happened with the quinceañera.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
we'll talk to him. We got
Just like last
before fighting.
Okay.
It's all right. We're going to talk to him.
Okay, the other man.
After more than a minute, officers handcuffed Daniel, his body limp.
He's got a broken nose. I think he's unconscious, so.
Okay, get him up on his side.
Let's stop here and go back to this point. Why did the officers first go straight to Daniel? Records show police received an unknown trouble call, and in the parking lot, a man told them he was punched by Daniel. What the officers didn't know, that man was accused of inappropriately touching underage girls on the dance floor, including Daniel's goddaughter.
That's why you just have to cooperate with us. We came at you super chill. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Quote, "We came at you super chill." In legal filings, Daniel and his attorney see it much differently, writing that the officers attacked Daniel without stop here and go back even further before officers ever entered the building. Listen as the first officer started his body camera.
Let's get swifty. Come on.
Might as well, bud. Might as well.
Daniel's attorney called the phrase, "let's get swifty," some type of call to arms, to set the tone for how officers would treat Daniel and other partygoers. The phrase is from a cartoon called Rick and Morty. The characters singing, "Take off your pants and panties. On the floor. It's time to get swifty in here."
Okay, the other man.
Back inside the event hall, while the officers took down Daniel, this one broke away and pulled out his pepper spray.
Back up. I will spray every motherfucker here. Back up. Back up.
Let's stop and play some of that back. First, you may have noticed the tattoos on his forearms. Those words are Latin for hunting evil. And here, the people he's threatening to spray are teenage girls and a boy. It's why we blurred their faces.
Back up. Go.
This girl is Daniel's goddaughter, trying to tell that officer about the other man.
The guy touched me! The guy touched me!
Later, the same officer told the same girl Daniel should have cooperated.
You should have told us what happened, because he probably wouldn't be going to jail if that's what happened. Because he wanted to fight with us. Now that's where we're at. Okay.
In legal filings, Daniel's attorney wrote the officers lied in their reports to justify the arrest. Quote, "He was wrongly and maliciously charged with the crime in order to cover up these officers' improper actions." And in their reports, the officers did write several false statements. But before we get to those reports, let's quickly focus on the officer who first pushed Daniel. His name is Officer Monarez. If his name sounds familiar, it's because he was part of a pretty big scandal back in 2018. Surveillance Victor Monarez at the quinceañera. In his report, he wrote, "Daniel was asked multiple times to sit down, but did not comply." Not true. It was once.
Want to have a seat? We'll talk about it?
No, I don't need a fight. I don't need a seat. What do you need?
Officer Monarez also wrote, Daniel again showed non-compliance by stating, "I don't have to do." Other officers wrote the same. Listen again, knowing that English is Daniel's second language.
Want to have a seat? We'll talk about it?
No, I don't need a fight. I don't need a seat. What do you need?
Monarez also wrote Daniel had his arms crossed and fists clenched. Here you can see his hands, not clenched. The officer also writing, "Daniel walked directly towards me and stopped just a few inches in front of me." Due to Daniel not complying with multiple commands to sit down, already showing aggressive behavior, and now within inches of me, I impact pushed Daniel to create separation so that he could be placed in handcuffs. Video shows Daniel is never within inches of the off-courts. The report is silent as it pertains to Daniel losing consciousness during their unwarranted and illegal attack.
I think he's unconscious, so.
Okay, get him up on his side.
Now, this lawsuit is still in the very early stages, and in this case, Daniel claims he suffered severe injuries, including broken ribs and a traumatic brain injury that's left him with permanent neurological problems. As for the criminal charges, before this incident, Daniel's lawyer said he had a clean record, and while the resisting arrest charges were dropped, he's still facing a misdemeanor count for allegedly punching the man accused of touching his niece and other girls at the party. I'm investigator Dave Biscobing, ABC 15, Arizona.